Good evening, guys. How are you? How many of you have already taken resolutions? 2021 resolutions, right? So resolutions like I'll become fitter this year. I'll lose my weight. I'll give up cigarettes and alcohols and all bad things. I'll stand up to my boss. Or maybe so many things, isn't it? I'll sort out all the junks which is there on the table, right? And then suddenly after 1 week, it's already 1 week, right? And chances are, okay, I'll do it next year. I'll do it next year. Does that happen with you? That happens a lot with me. So, so this is the panel today that you are going to hear from them is all around this: how to have those priorities clear, how to have a resolution which you can actually work on, right? So there was a workshop that happened last week, kind of last week, not last year, uh, on Saturday, and it was all around particularly this topic. So our mentor and founder of this organization, Peak Impact Mentorship, Vijay Khandal, he had this workshop, and almost 500 people joined, and they learned in this new year how to stick to the resolution, the most difficult part, right? And you will meet some six amazing panelists today who are going to share their experience. What did they learn, and how can you learn from them? So, without any ado, let me bring people on the screen, our amazing panelists. So, let me bring Vartika on the screen first. And here is Vartika. Hey, Vartika, how are you?
Hey, hi Vineet, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Good. Vartika, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi friends, my name is Vartika and I am an IT professional. I have total 12 plus years of IT experience and I belong to a small place in UP, Lakhimpur Kheri. And my hobbies are reading books, writing and cooking. And reading books is very prominent part. That's why I'm sitting here today because it's a personal growth club where we do read books and do speeches in public speaking. So thank you, Vineet, for this platform. It's a great opportunity to be here today. Thank you. Over
Amazing.
to you.
Good to have you. Let me invite Durga next. And here is Durga. Hey, Durga, how are you?
Hi, Vinith. I'm doing good. Hi, everyone. How are you doing?
Good, good, good. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, Durga?
Sure, Vinith. Hi, everyone. I'm Durga Chaudhary. So basically, I come from a town called Chittoor in Andhra Pradesh, but I'm currently staying in Bangalore. And I hold around 4 years of experience within the IT industry. And talking about my hobbies, they keep changing from time to time. But currently, I am mostly inclined towards cooking because that is the need of the hour. Yeah, thanks. Vinith. Thanks.
Yeah, so looks like my camera is stick. Yeah, okay, it's back. Yeah, so I think that happens for most of us, Durga, right? So we every year our hobbies changes, right? That's a normal phenomena. So don't worry about it. All right, let
Yeah.
me invite Setu on the screen. Hey, Setu, how are you?
Hi, Vinay. How are you?
Good,
It's nice
good.
to see you.
So Setu,
Yeah,
why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
yeah. I guys, myself Sedu, and I am from Pondicherry. I am a techie. I have 7 plus years of experience. I basically work out of Bangalore, but due to this lockdown, stuck in hometown. So everybody come to Pondicherry for a vacation, but Pondicherry is my hometown, so I enjoy.
That's true.
That's how
That's
it is.
so true.
So still, when I go out, I can see some of the KA cars, Karnataka cars there. So I just that deja vu feel seeing that KA cars day by day. So yeah, that's as hobby as such. I can't name it one or two, but I have many. So anything I do it with passion. So
Awesome.
I also do sometime teaching also on different topics. Might be on anything. I teach on anything. I understand things very fast, and I just communicate with my anybody in a broader view. That's my
Awesome, awesome. Very nice, Edu. So if you are doing something, anything beyond your job, that itself shows your passion. And you're teaching, right? That's not easy. All right, and let me invite Anki on the screen. Hey, Anki, how are you?
Hi, Vineet. I'm good. Thank you. So thanks for inviting me. How are you all?
Good, Anki. Thank you for being here. Why don't you introduce yourself to the audience who are watching you?
Yeah, so myself, Ankireti Ambati. So I'm an IT techie. So I'm having a total 11 plus years of experience in IT industry, and I'm working for a retail firm in Bengaluru. So currently I'm located in Bengaluru, and my hobbies are uh, reading books, which I picked up. I mean, I have that habit, but I left it and I started recently, and learning new stuff. So that is my hobbies. Yeah. So
Awesome.
thanks for inviting me, and so it's ready
Awesome,
to.
Anki. Awesome.
Yeah.
Good to have you.
Thank you.
And last but not the least, here is Jayant. Hey, Jayant, how are you?
Hey Vineet, I'm good. What about you? How are you?
Good.
Hi everyone. Hi everyone. I'm Jayant. I'm from Bangalore. I have over 8 years experience as software engineer. And apart from work, I do a lot of reading. And then this year, I'm planning to add writing also to that list. And then along with that, I'm interested in public speaking and learning new things. And I'm part of this book club and this community for last six months now. Thank you, Vineet.
Amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
very nice. So such a nice panel today, and I think in total I was just adding the experiences. So so much of experiences we have. So people who are watching us, you are going to get almost 50 plus years of wisdom. Right? So that's so amazing, right? Amazing. So let's be very honest, guys. Right? So no facade, nothing. How? What was your resolution? Okay, let me start with my resolution. So I had this resolution, and I don't know if you know. There's a karate form called Kalari. It's a Kerala-based
Yeah, yeah,
karate.
yeah.
It's said that it's one of the authentic karate form in India. Otherwise, mostly it has come from China and Hong Kong and all those places. So I thought this time I'm going to learn it. So I have not still registered, and I'm still, I thought I'll start from the first week, and that's how my year started. There are so many other things I was able to manage, but this was one thing I couldn't manage. So talk about your failures, guys. How was your resolution, and how did you miss it? We'll talk about the success, but let's start with the failures. If you have, if you don't have, you are amazing. Yeah, go ahead.
I can start with mine, Vinny.
Go
Actually,
ahead.
when year 2020 started, so I made a plan that I will be losing 25 kgs this year. And I think when you set a very high goal and you are very vigorously working on it for from the start, it does not help you out. So what happened with me was that for 1 to 2 months, I was very regular with my diet plan. I was very regular with my exercise walk. But after that, somehow, slowly, that passion and that enthusiasm ended. So when I was sitting yesterday in PIM session by Mr. Vijay, I was able to realize my mistake with my goal setting. Why my goal setting was not I was not able, because he clearly mentioned whenever you are setting a goal, you should set long duration goal, but you should set small milestone. So I did not set any milestone. My only goal was that I will be reducing 25 kgs in year 2020. Either than that, the workaround would have been that every quarter I might have been checking it or validating it. So that was a eye opening session for me. Why I failed on my goal which I set in year 2020.
Amazing,
That was
amazing,
my
amazing. And
goal which I was
I'm
not
sure
able to achieve.
many of us, including me, and so many people watching us could relate with that. Somewhere we all are trying to lose our weights, and still we have to, right?
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. So thank you for sharing that. You want to go
Yeah,
next?
yeah, I would go next.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I had like year 2020 in the beginning. I had like so many goals, like I have to do and I have to do this, I have to do that, and then I would say that I didn't accomplish almost 90% of my goals. I could not accomplish, and and one of the goals was again weight loss. And the thing that I think of right now is related to my job, and then I wanted to learn a new programming language that I
Mhm.
wanted to become proficient in and start contributing to open source and everything. And I started off well, I think. I had this program called 100 Days of Code, and then like every day I started doing it. The problem was, I as Vartika was mentioning, I did not put a milestone. Okay, at this point of time, I have to learn this much, or I should have done this much. So when I started doing this, like after like a couple of weeks, I did not see any improvement in myself. I did not see any result. I thought, okay, it's not going to work. And then I think it slowly faded away. It just like just left the habit. And then by the end of the year, I realized that, okay, I did not do any of this. I had to do this. Yeah, that was one.
Relatable, so relatable.
Yeah.
Right.
Who want to go next?
Yeah,
So as
I
Jayant mentioned, yeah. So continue.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So as Jayant mentioned, so even I thought the same things. I wanted to learn many things, technology and other stuff. So slowly we'll start working on that. Other thing will come into the picture. So we'll leave that and we'll jump into the other place. And so, so that's how our priorities will change as we all discussing from long time. And the same way our mentor, so Vijay also said. So prioritization. So over the prioritization, so things will come in between and it will disturb. So that's what we have to learn how to manage that. That is very
Right.
very important. So what I realized.
Great point, Ankit. Durga, you were saying something?
Yeah, so I also, I mean, I was also talking about the goal I had set last year. So it like many people, even my goal was to lose weight. But the thing is, initially, I had a lot of quotes printed out, stuck in my room, and I had the whole timetable that I would follow. So everything printed and stuck. So every single, I mean, initially, like everyone, I started going to gym. I started eating very strict, following to my routine. But slowly after that, the only thing I would do is just look at the timetable and think, okay, this, I'm not seeing any results. I was not able to see any results very quickly, which everyone can agree on, because that's not how it works. But slowly I started losing the belief that I could actually reach my goal or reach where I wanted to be at the end of the year. So so this continued, and that way, the only thing that was remaining was the timetable that I stuck to the wall. But I really couldn't reach where I really wanted to at the end of the year.
Cool. But that shows how much hard you tried, right? Putting all your, all priorities and everything there. Yeah, still not able to follow, but at least you tried a lot. Amazing. All right, Situ, how about you?
Yeah, looks like everyone had a serious goals for 2020, but I had no thoughts of getting into. So I have been in Bangalore for 3 years, and I never tasted any authentic food of Bangalore, or not traveled any part other than Electronic City, not even Bangalore. Other than Electronic City, I haven't even stepped out of even to Madiwala, the next stop. Even if I take a flyover, I can step out with Madiwala. I haven't done that for past 3 years out of Electronic City. So 2020, actually in 2019 December, I had a trip to Goa, which was a remarkable trip. Then I planned it in my mind. Not no matter what it is, every month I visit a place in Karnataka. Every week I visit a hotel in Bangalore to have taste it. Like there are many messes I heard about CTR. The people are saying crazy about hotels. So I thought I need to get everything done. So I I set my on that, but I don't know. Even even not only me, the total world doesn't want me to do that. So I have to take it to accomplish it. But people plan for vacation to Pondicherry. I'm enjoying in Pondicherry. That's the only thing I have. So after the lockdown, I started with multiple goals. So people say whenever you do work from home, it's not work from home, it's work for home. But it totally reversed. After being in home, it's like no way you can think of home. It's like 24/7 in the office.
Yeah,
So
this is a
I
common
want to
plan
get out.
for
I want to
many.
meet real people very badly. Not even seeing face. Sometimes I change the name when I speak in the meeting. So because it's name, right? We put people as a name only then we can identify them. So I wrongly call my manager with my lead, or my lead with my architect. So this happened for a long time. So I don't want to stop. So just want to
Yeah,
come out. So I find this yeah.
That's
yeah,
so
that,
funny, but
that,
still so connecting. I think for so many people on one screen, people might be thinking it's a crowd.
that reminds me. That reminds me. So I was there in Hyderabad almost for 5 years. So I couldn't see Charminar.
Oh. Yeah, so yeah, I was thinking that it was planning a tour to Bangalore by staying in Bangalore. Right. Amazing. So very funny and connecting things. That reminds me of this joke, right? So there is a saying that one friend was saying to other friend, "What exactly is a New Year resolution?" And the other guy says, "It's a to-do list for the first week." So most of us do like that. So it's a to-do list. We'll do it, but after first week, gone. Right?
Yes,
There's so
we
many
have
things.
set for the list.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah.
Right.
So let's start with the takeaways that we got. Who want to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go
I
ahead.
want to go,
Yeah.
Vinith. So yeah, I mean, it was an amazing session we had like last Saturday. Mr. Vijay actually started off with. I mean, this was the same question he asked all of us. Like, what was the goal in 2020 which you could not accomplish? And then he started asking us. He did a poll. He actually did a live like lot of polls in during the session, and then got actual feedback from around 300 people who are attending the session. So the first poll he did was around what how exactly do you define success in 2021? So I mean, many people belonging to different fields define success in different ways. So they were like the poll had different options, but even with different backgrounds, most people had like three common things. One was increase in the salary or income, and the second one was around developing leadership skills, and the third was health. So this was like common across everyone, and it is understandable why as well. Like everyone has the goal to get more money and then become fit and also develop in the career. So but then again, like going to the goal setting, everyone was failing.
Right. Right. Amazing. Amazing. Great
Exactly.
point.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
reminds me.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sorry.
that reminds me the two things why people are. I mean, so failing setting up the goal. I mean, achieving the goals. One is that so we are like fear. We have everyone has fear. We are
If you
fear
can be a
driven.
bit louder, a bit louder.
Yeah, so we are fear driven as a humans. We are all fear driven, and
Mhm.
at the same time, the second one is the belief system. So what we don't have. So these
Right.
two factors will stop us from achieving the anything.
Mm-hmm.
So as mentioned, Mr. Vijay mentioned like the first thing is the belief system, how you get it. So he mentioned so many examples like the movie games, Kung Fu Panda, whatever it is, Karate Kid. And one
Right.
real-time example, what he mentioned is Sachin Tendulkar's life story when he was in trouble, when he lost his form.
Mm-hmm.
So people started trolling him, his fans, media, everybody. So he also felt like, okay, so I lost my form and all. So then one day, so all of a sudden, he received a call from the great cricket legend V.V. Richard. So then he told him, so keep aside all these things and move on. You have a lot of potential inside. So your career is not over. So continue your practice. So that's where so he started again and he bounced back and so so it's a kind of rebirth. I mean, in cricket
Amazing.
area for
Amazing.
him also. That is a very good example.
Yeah, that's a very famous and amazing example. Very nice.
So to add on to that, like
Mm-hmm.
as I said, my passion is to teach. As a trainer, I need to be highly motivated to enough to inspire students and then let them know what they need to go, how they travel to their goal, like how is their path is clear to their goal. So, but when consider about myself, right? I am seeing myself on my same level, so that I couldn't able to see my path in which direction I am diversing it to. So I felt that having a coach after the session on all other takeaways after the session, I felt that having a coach one level above me, a person one level above me, gives me an idea or a constant guidance or a thought to think about when they keep on say this is what you are planning for, or keep on asking questions to us, which gives me a clear idea or to chance to rethink myself about my path or the priorities I set or whatever I am focusing on. So that was the one thing. So any person at any point of life need to have someone to guide him. So it might be at that moment you might have learned everything, but there is always a part amount of more than sufficient amount of things that you don't know at that moment. So you can get it from any way. So I felt it from Vijay. I thought, so this is what I need to rethink multiple times before I change my path, or diverse it into it. So this session give me a clarity that I need to question myself, or else someone is going to do it for my thing. So that's the takeaway I took from the session. More than that, I have other financial goals that I started it. But
Mhm.
yeah, want to listen from everyone too.
Right. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. Who's going to be
Vartika,
Vartika telling something?
Vartika, go ahead.
Yeah.
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 Actually, there was one more interesting poll where it was like if you're setting a goal in the start of the year, how long we are able to sustain with our goals. So this polling results was very interesting. I mean, it was like most of us leave them by 3 months on average. It's a really shocking or maybe surprising outcome of a survey because then we just have clearly explained why this happens with most of us, because it's not a big deal to set goals in the start of every year. We do, everybody does that, but why we are not able to achieve that goal? So he clearly mentioned, because we are not setting priorities for us. Because we need to set priorities for ourselves for next 3 4 months every year. It's not like that you will be setting up priorities for entire year and then you will be validating at the end of the year what or how much you are able to achieve your goal. It should be, let's say first 3 months I will concentrate on this skill and I will learn or I will upskill myself on this skill, and then next 3 months I will focus on my health. So that ways you should set up long duration goals, but you should keep some milestones, small milestones, or maybe you can split your year in 3 to 4 milestones, or maybe 5 to 6 milestones as per your goals. So that was something which was really helping for me, because last year also I set a lot of goals, but I was not able to achieve 80% of them at the end of the year. So it is like this year when I set my goals, I kept a milestone for each and every goal, that for this 3 months I have to achieve this, then next 3 months I have to achieve this, and then that way it will be going.
Amazing. Very nice.
So
Yeah.
maybe
Having this sorry, having these milestones, like small milestones, actually helps in building your belief system. So Anki was telling, right, like we lose belief when we set the goals, like we are not able to follow up because we lose belief. So having these small milestones will actually help us to build a belief system. And also it will help us reflect at the end of each milestone. Will help us reflect, okay, what we did and what we did not do. It's kind of how we do at work, right? Like we have every sprint we have a retrospective kind of thing, so we have this kind of reflection, so that like we know like where we are standing with our goals.
Amazing.
right.
Amazing. Yeah. Good one.
Yeah. So, talking about the belief system, right? There is another point that Mr. Vijay emphasizes on. That is the reference success. So basically, if we see, we might have been successful in small things for a long time, right? So we might just not think about or take them into consideration when we have such a big goal set up. So what happens is, we are targeting at the bigger goal, and we are not, actually taking into consideration the small successes we do tend to have. So so what happens is, whenever you have a reference success, that is, for example, okay, taking the example of losing weight. So if, let's say, if I have a reference success saying, like, it could also relate to setting small milestones. So if you can have a reference success saying, what, I am going to the gym and I am trying to be fitter than most of the other people. So if you can think that way, so what happens is, it actually improves the belief system. So he also gives a very nice example, in this context, which is basically grafting, two plants. Like, he talks about grafting a red rose with a white rose, which actually,
Yeah.
results in a baby pink sort of a rose. So this way, if we have a bigger goal that we want to achieve, and then we have reference successes as well. So when we can kind of combine them, whenever you go low, you can always look back at your reference successes, and you can, that will kind of motivate you, that will kind of push you forward to achieve wherever you want to go.
Amazing. And that grafting technology was really great, right? So we can actually add those references in our life, and
Yeah.
whatever we want to become, we can become. Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. So that reminds me the success one. So he mentioned, Mr. Vijay mentioned, so visualize your success. like
Right.
Yeah.
how you want to be. Suppose you want to reduce your weight, okay, visualize that in your mind, how you would look like, okay, after losing 20 kgs. Visualize that, definitely you'll achieve. So there is a I think everybody saw a Doom movie, right? It's an old movie, if you see, where Uday Chopra is there. So he used to visualize his, okay, you look at Pipasa or the whatever it is, first Doom or the second Doom part 2, he
By the way, it's
visualizes
Katrina,
his
right?
success.
It's Katrina, not Vibhasha.
First I think Katrina, second I think Pipasa also is there. Second part. Okay, I forgot, maybe I got confused. So he visualizes his success. Okay, so he get married,
I really like
and
it.
he will have 2 kids. All these things will happen. So like that, we have to visualize the success. So,
There are many people who visualize Katrina and
Nice example. Very connecting.
Yeah, nice
Uday,
example.
Uday
Okay.
Chopra, yes,
You have
Uday
connected
Chopra
very
is
well.
for boys, it's like Tiger Shroff and Hrithik Roshan, no? Okay.
So,
yeah.
speaking about the milestone and grafting part, Vijay was saying that be confident enough to say your salary outside. So there is nothing harm in it, right? So I felt like sometimes people might feel they can get income tax right also when they say out the salary, but
They get 6 lakh package and the income tax is there.
so considering on that, so I felt that confidence, right? So when we have a say that never discuss your age and salary to anyone outside. So that's the thing, right? So you have to have that vision for what you really, which gives you the point to what you're focusing on. Might be yeah, obviously the money makes many and people work for it, right, to earn and get success. So I felt that word like say out your salary loud how much you want it, so that
Right.
gives you the intensity of how much you're focused on the goal. So
Right.
that was a one good point that I would like to share it now.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. That's so nice. I think with money, Vijay always says that money cannot be a goal, right? It can be intermediate goal, but it can be a means to do something great, right?
Yeah.
Of course, somebody says I don't want money. He cannot get that money. That's why he's saying I don't want money, right? Somebody can get that money and put it in the right thing. That's where somebody becomes Ratan Tata, somebody becomes something else, right? So somewhere if you are clear, as Setu was saying, if you are clear about your means with that money, I think you should earn money, right? But if you know you are going to do all bad things with the money, better you don't have it, right? But it doesn't happen. Generally, all good people become poor, as in movies, right? And all rich people become villains. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I want to
So
add a
you
point
connected
here.
to Zoom as well.
Oh, is it? It was in Doom? I don't remember. It's a normal
Yeah,
Bollywood masala formula, right? Yeah, yeah.
Right.
yeah. So I want to add a point here. So as I said, like money should not be like the ultimate goal. But then, if you, yeah, I mean, obviously, people should have an aim as to like earn specific amount of money. So that
Exactly.
way, yeah, that way they can have a path as such. Like what exactly they can do to earn that money, so they can give the growth goal for the year. So they can
Right,
add a growth like, okay, I will do this to earn this much money. As you
right.
said, like as you were saying, that is not the ultimate goal as such, but then that way we are actually growing ourselves to know like,
Right.
okay, they can reach there.
Of
Yeah.
course, an intermediate, it has to be there. So it's like,
Yeah.
how would I, let's like, if we keep 1 crore rupees in front of us, I don't think emotions, of course, that happiness will be
Yeah,
there,
I know.
but still that you will not be able to internally connect with that. But let's say
Yeah.
you have thought, okay, I'm going to give an amazing house to my parents, right? Now that money is buying that house, and that is where our emotion will connect, right? Let's say you are trying to create animal shelter, right? And let's say this money is able to create help you to build that animal shelter. That is where emotions lies, right? So money cannot give us that emotions, but as you rightly said, Jayant, it has to be a goal. Otherwise there is a thin line. People think, oh, why make a goal for money? You have to make it because this is your intermediate goal to achieve something great.
Yeah.
Amazing. Very nice
Yes,
talk.
exactly. Rightly said.
Yeah. Anyone else?
So the one
Yeah,
point I want to add is like the fear of success. So that's what the one point we discussed, the fear of success.
yeah,
But there is
yeah.
many people who they in fear of starting itself. More than failure or success, there is the people who fear of start what the others will say. So that's what I had a thought of like the fear of starting. Like say I am my example. I haven't invested so far in my 7 years career. Whatever I earned, I spent it like anything on every other stuff, but never started investing in it. So this session gives me a thought, like why you're going to try. Whether it may be a 5 rupees or a 50 rupees or 5,000 rupees, whatever it might be. I want to start learning. So that gives me a push. Whether I succeed or failure, without starting, I cannot succeed or I cannot fail, right? So that gives
Exactly.
me why fear of success. Before that point, I am fear of starting itself.
What will
So
people say and all that, right? Amazing segue.
Yeah.
So many of us actually suffer from this disease, right? It's called WW WWFS. WWFS. It's not FS. Actually, it's in Hindi LKK. That is something that I remember. So I just formed it. What
Yeah.
will people say? WWFS. It's such a bad disease, right? So whatever we try to do, something new, innovative, it's new, it's innovative. Then you have to take that path, right? If you have to take all the old path, then people will not say anything, right? Amazing thought to us, Setu. That somewhere we think too much about that. Yeah, very
Yeah,
nice.
And
that reminds me. Yeah, go ahead. Ruth.
Mr. Vijay also said that just make a habit of appreciating people, and it should be mandatory to keep one goal in. I mean, it should be mandatory goal in all of our lists that you should write appreciation to at least 50 people, and definitely it is really encouraging for others as well as yourself. So that
Yeah.
was something which was really connecting to me, and right away I appreciated first of all few of my friends, and then family as well. So it
Exactly.
really feels good.
Yeah, yeah. Appreciation, and Vijay
the
told
one
that we should at least write 50 appreciations, right? And I
Right.
think that appreciations, and we should always appreciate for the resolutions that they have made, right? We're talking about resolutions, right? Oh, amazing! You have. So I am sure if somebody has started with, let's say, losing weight resolution, and 50 friends starts congratulating him from the first week itself, somewhere she's bound to do that. He's going to do it, right? So
Yeah.
I don't have any option, right? If I'm thinking that I have to learn that programming language, as Suyant was saying, and everybody start congratulating him, appreciating him, but that doesn't happen, and that's where again people lose that resolution. Amazing, very good point.
Yeah, a good point you added, Vineet. People, I mean, a lot of things, things people do, right? We take it for granted. We don't do. I mean, even the small things. So after the last session, right, I made a mental note to myself and even made a note that I should appreciate for people for anything they do. It's either for me or themselves. Like so that way we are actually encouraging them, and also we are. I mean, as I think in one of the previous talks, you were saying that uh, appreciating others is not for them; it's for ourselves. Like we are actually
Right,
growing in a way.
right,
So I made like I started appreciating people for like all the small things they're doing, and then it is like it is so satisfying to actually appreciate them.
exactly, and
That
that's
that
a great
yeah.
feeling. We
So
can observe that feeling whenever we are appreciating
yeah,
someone. We should
Yeah.
see our own feeling. We'll feel so good. We'll feel so confident, right?
Yeah.
Amazing.
yeah,
So
Yeah,
I
That
personally
reminds.
felt it. So to be like
Right.
normally, right? We see every day I have food, right? So I sit in a room and I keep on working. Time on time, I get a plate on my food, like food on the plate. What happens is that I never say whether it's good or bad. But when it is bad, I'll say, "My mom, this is not good," right? But I started appreciating her for a tasty food. No, we thought as Jane said, taken for granted. That is not the
right,
truth, right? They are also
right,
putting their effort. Then I started realizing it. When people hear the appreciation, it's also they feel good and we feel great. So
amazing.
that's where the connect I added with the statement. Start appreciating people. So
Amazing.
now once I started feeling it on the remote way of working without seeing the people's face, a one mail or a one message from to my reportees makes their day, and they start contributing more on to the project. So I felt it
Yeah,
connected a lot ways on
amazing.
this appreciate people.
Good point. Good point. Very
Yeah,
good point. Yeah,
actually,
Anki,
Even
you want,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Anki is
yeah,
trying to
Durga.
come.
No,
Anki,
no,
speak.
no. It's okay. No, even that appreciation part. So when think about kids, usually so kids, whoever has kids, okay, you know this feeling like okay, they come up with drawing and all. Okay, so if it is not good, also you are not supposed to say like okay. So they'll ask you, okay, Papa, is it looking like I made a dog? I drawn a dog. Okay, so you should not say that even though it is looking like a donkey. Also, you should not say that. Okay, you should say that okay, appreciate. Yeah, yeah, this is a dog. Yeah, so that is very well connected things like
Yeah,
about
yeah,
appreciation. And
yeah.
apart from that, who achieves goals is successfully is the kids. We should learn from them very well. So
Right.
something like okay, if they ask something, okay, Papa, can you buy for me some aeroplane toy or something like that? So until unless you buy for them, so they'll behind you. So simpler way. So you have to buy at any cost. You have to buy. So for them, so they will be succeeded. So that is their goal. Okay. So like that, similar to that. Okay, we have to be behind our goals.
Yeah.
So always okay,
That
remind yourself.
innocence is required. What you said is
Yeah.
that innocence, right? They will
Yeah.
be after their goal. We have so many things on our head. We are so busy, guys. So somewhere we lose our innocence, and that's where
Correct.
things starts falling apart. I
The
mean,
same innocence we should bring up and push
right?
yourself, motivate yourself. Okay.
Exactly.
Remind
Instead of
yourself.
thinking so much here and there, just be innocent like a kid and just focus on your work. Amazing. Very
Correct.
good point. Very good point. Yeah, Durga,
Okay.
you were
Yeah.
adding something. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so even I want to add on the same point because I had a good connection with that point. So I was on the other side. So when I initially started cooking, right, I mean, I was also very scared on how it would turn out and all of that. But once I started getting the appreciation, that actually increased the belief, right? So that it is not only about appreciating the other person and about it, but it is also from the other person's perspective on how much or he or she tries to believe in herself or himself. So that's
Mhm.
what happened to me initially. I mean, everyone jokes about it, right? So who's gonna eat your food? Like, is everyone fine at home eating your food? So basically, all of that, just for a funny way. But in general, when you get that appreciation, it actually strengthens your belief in whatever you're trying to do. And
And
also,
also,
yeah,
yeah, go
go
ahead,
ahead.
go ahead, Durga. Sorry, complete your point. Yeah.
Yeah, and also Mr. Vijay, what he tries to say is, when you write handwritten messages in particular, that is when you actually put in that effort and write handwritten messages for people, that actually shows how appreciative you are about the effort that they have brought in, and it would actually stand like a trophy to them, or that could actually make someone's day. So it is
Right.
actually a very nice point that all of us could connect on. Yeah.
Exactly. And I was just adding one more point that the moment you do such thing, for example, you started cooking, and then
Yeah.
we start respecting our moms and people and grandmother, whosoever is cooking, right?
Yeah.
We start giving more value to that. The kind they did it for their whole years, right? So
Yeah.
the whole life, many of the particularly moms who are housewives, the whole time they keep on doing it. Sethi was saying we don't even appreciate them, right? And we
Right.
somewhere take many people for granted. Sometimes husband takes wife for granted, sometimes wife takes husband for granted, right? So and that's where problem starts coming, right? And only when there's a problem, as Sithi was saying, when food is not good, then we realize, oh my god, food was good till yesterday, right? So why not to start doing that? Amazing, very good point.
Durga,
All right.
Durga, keep Durga,
Yeah, yeah,
keep
yeah.
cooking. Keep cooking. Who knows? You are the next master chef in the making.
Exactly, exactly,
Keep cooking.
exactly. Yeah,
So, yeah,
amazing.
obviously many bachelors has become master chef in this
Yeah.
lockdown.
True.
Yeah. Yeah, amazing. Great. I think we are almost on time. So, to just before end this, if you want to end this discussion with any message that you want to give, how can people who are seeing us can benefit from this platform? If you want to add one or two lines, then we'll just wrap it up. Maybe,
Uh,
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. You can just come one by one. Yeah. Go ahead, Batika.
yeah, sure. So it is. I mean, I would just like to appreciate this platform, PIM and book club session, because I would say that take my example. How I used to speak when I joined book club sessions and PIM sessions, and now the confidence level I have, and the kind of stuff and the kind of vocabulary I'm using. So it cannot come by naturally, it cannot come naturally. You have to be part of some sort of association or some sort of platform or some sort of forum. Only then you will be able to realize whatever is your potential, or you can just sharpen your potential. So
Amazing.
I think I am really thankful to be part of PIM and this book club sessions, because it is really encouraging and it is leveraging my potential to its limit.
Amazing. And it cannot come with only technology discussions, right?
Yes, exactly.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I will go next.
Yeah.
So one of the things Mr. Bijay also told in the last session was about association. So anything, any goal you put, you set up, set for yourself. Without the right association, you won't be able to get that kind of belief or that kind of help you need to get there. So, for example, even though it was not part of my initial list of goals, 2020, like the public speaking is something that I started liking and started becoming better at because of the association I'm part of here. So earlier I used to be scared of speaking in public, first of all, and then I thought like public speaking is something very tough to do. But here, with for right association, right mentorship, and then right guidance, it's I find that it's as easy as speaking to anyone. And I mean, I'm not downsizing
As easy
any
as
effort involved, but
right?
then yeah, yeah,
As easy as
actually.
Java and .NET.
So as I said, like I'm not downsizing the effort involved in preparing for the speech. I'm just saying that it's easier to be like
Right.
talking.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this is a very good platform to do that, and also with respect to book club, as Vatika was saying, that like how it also encourages you to read more and then learn more and then improve yourself more here.
Awesome. Awesome. Very nice, Jant.
Yeah.
Anki, you want to say something? Anki, you want to add?
Yeah, yes, Vinit. So so I definitely I should appreciate this program. So the team and the book club. What you guys are running, so it is helping me a lot. Uh, for improving myself in various ways, like personal growth, like public speaking, whatever it is, many forums. And my key takeaways from this is like the journals. Very good thing is keep on saying that. So when you start writing something, and that's where okay your behavior will change. And at the same time, the second one is so find some time for yourself and isolate from other distractions, like keep your mobile aside and isolate for some time and think about it and write down few things. And so that is
Amazing.
the second thing. And the third thing is uh, tell this your journey to five more people. So
Mhm.
definitely it will help others also, and they will get some takeaways in their life also. They can improve, and so, yeah,
Amazing,
so
Anki.
like that.
Really, the structured way of putting it, 3 points. Amazing. Let me invite Durga. Durga, if you want to add something.
Sure, Vinod. So it's been a very short time that I've been a part of
Yeah,
PIM and book club.
1 week.
So I already feel, yeah, right, Vinod. So very honestly, I already feel this is one of the best decisions I've taken, because I already believe there is a lot to learn, and there is a lot of collaboration that can happen, and it is very positive to be out here talking to people who actually share your thoughts. And this kind of a thing, and the platform that actually enables all of this, that too when we are kind of looking for a good mentorship, or some kind of values. So this is a very, very good platform to be on. And like I said, I already believe that there is a lot there is in for me to learn. And yeah, looking forward
Great,
to many sessions.
great, Durga. And in just 1 week of time, you can't have so much of action, right? You're already there on the panel.
Yeah, right.
Uh, Let me
Yeah,
have
I,
the Durga.
yes,
Go ahead.
Vinith. Yeah. So, yeah, see, like I'm a curious guy. Okay, so I want to know what is it. Like that's how I start things. So, one of my friend Azzy, who was about to join, and unfortunately, he was stuck in his hometown,
Yeah.
like in his native. So he's the I saw his post in the his timeline, and I clicked on it, and then I want to know what is it, and that's how it started on. And I had a chat with Vinith, and it was good. And out of curiosity, I just want to know what is this peak impact mentorship is, and what I found out to be, so with the initial discussion, I understood a very basic thing, and I saw some videos in the last discussion that happened. I saw that live chat in the AZ's timeline. So it was very interesting for me. This was I understood that this is a kind of platform where like-minded people group up, and then they a progressive thought process. So yeah, I am a very good people connector, like in the sense of I connect to different people, or like minimum 50 people within a month, because I take classes, right? I say it in that way. So, but for the past 1 year, I haven't seen any one person face to face. Like
So I can
that's
understand your
very
pains. You have told this two,
yeah.
three times.
So I was like, yeah, what is this? I'm a robot or an artificial intelligence, like where I'm sitting in, where being a techie, I felt being techie is a wrong thing. So I thought, like, I can go be an auto, I can go and be a mechanic, so that some people will come and see me. So that's how frustrated I was. So, but after this, right, this session and last discussion, I understood. Whenever we put on the thought process, right, that thought process has to have some progression. So that progression will lead you to the goal. So, or else, whether it will say you whether you are in the right path to your goal. So that's the when I attend BJ's session. So I understood many questions were asked. I'm a good observer, by the way. I'm a very good observer. So I was observing. I didn't ask any question on the session, but all the questions are asked, right? All the discussion that happened give me so much of inputs to and things to rethink. So yeah, I might
I mean,
clicked on that timeline wrongly, but I haven't attended this session wrongly. That I'm sure that I made a right decision to be part of this club. So this is very helpful in the way of taking me forward. Yeah, keeping me on track.
amazing, very nice. It's good to hear that, and it's very interesting to hear again and again that we also have started missing it. And see, it's almost 50 minutes now. It has been such an amazing discussion. Like I never felt that it's already 50 minutes, almost 1 hour, guys. So
Yeah.
it was such a nice discussion, and I'm sure we heard so many things. Right? People have fear of failure, but we talked about fear of success. Such a big pain, right? We talked about the resolutions that we took, which we generally take, and then we are not able to do that. Trust me, all of us are like that, right? So some of us will then decide, learn from this techniques and tools which Vijay has given in PIM and so many places. Mostly, we all have all the information. It's all about implementation, right? And that's where the gap gets filled by PIM and book club when someone is there who is your accountability partner, right?
Yeah.
So great discussion, and I'm so hopeful, guys, that this is going to people who are watching us and who will watch us after this has been recorded and there on the timelines is going to make an impact on your life. I'm sure we added some value to your lives. So, and tomorrow again, we are going to have a workshop at 9 p.m. Be part of it. Discussion is again around priorities, right? So this month, the focus is on we will not let you leave your resolutions. So if you really want to stick to your resolution, be part of PM workshop. Again, we'll meet tomorrow at 9 p.m. Thank you so much, Setu. Thank you so much, Vartika, Durga, Jayant, and Anking for being here and sharing your insights. With
Thank
that,
you, sir.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you.
bye
you.
Thank you.
guys. Take
Thank you.
care.
Bye.
Good night.